Welcome to the Explainer. If you spend your days translating complex medical procedures into massive strings of alphanumeric characters, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're breaking down the newly published CMS Fiscal Year 2027 ICD-10-PCS update, and our entire focus here is going to be on how this specific update directly impacts you, the coder, and what it actually means for your daily workload. So, just take a second to look at this number, 79,256. That's the total number of ICD-10-PCS codes that are going to be available for the upcoming fiscal year. I really wanted to start right here because, honestly, this massive number totally validates the incredible workload you all manage every single day. You are the custodians of this giant database, and keeping up with how it shifts, well, it's a monumental task. And that's exactly why we've distilled all the new changes into this streamlined explainer. To make this as efficient as possible, here is our roadmap for today. We'll be covering 1. The FY 2027 Big Picture, 2. Navigating the 101 editions, 3. The rise of new tech, 4. Clearing out the clutter, and finally, 5. Next steps for coders.
Okay, kicking things off with Section 1, the FY 2027 Big Picture.
First off, you can go ahead and breathe a huge sigh of relief. CMS has made literally no significant changes to the official guidelines for coding and reporting. So, the core rules you've already memorized? They haven't shifted. But the underlying code set definitely has. We're looking at 101 new codes, 38 deleted codes, and one entirely new table being added to your plate. The macro view here is pretty clear. The 101 additions heavily outweigh the 38 deletions. That means your overall code set is expanding, not shrinking. Because of this volume of change, your primary job right now is really about absorbing the new stuff rather than just forgetting the old. Moving right along to Section 2, Navigating the 101 Additions. So these additions are spread across a pretty wide variety of physiological systems. In the cardiovascular system, we've got new body part characters in Table 028 for the division of aortic and mitral valves, and that comes complete with new qualifier characters for native and prosthetic leaflets. Then, moving over to spinal procedures, Tables 0RG and 0SG now include a new device value for custom-made inner-body fusion devices that are anatomically and virtually designed. We're also seeing a new qualifier in Table 0W9 for pleural and mediastinum drainage using active mechanical clearance. Plus, there are updates for high-dose immune globulin transfusions in Table 302. You'll also need to keep an eye out for new values in cardiovascular and urinary assistance in Tables 5AO and 5.1. And, perhaps most notably, there's a completely brand new table dedicated to other imaging procedures involving the eye. Which brings us to Section 3, the rise of new tech. Now, what's truly fascinating to me is that exactly 50 of the 101 new codes fall under 13 new technology tables. Just think about that for a second. That is almost a perfect 50-50 split between standard editions and advanced tech. One of these is actually a brand new table for procedures using new technologies on other physiological systems and anatomical regions. I mean, this just proves how incredibly fast AI and advanced technology are entering the operating room and, by extension, your daily workflow. Just look at this absolute mouthful of a code, XEZZXJC. High-dimensional mixture of experts computer-aided assessment of inflammatory response and organ function for notification and triage. Wow, this is literal sci-fi level medical advancement, and you all are the ones tasked with translating these futuristic assessments into actionable data? These additional examples show a massive trend toward computer-aided assistance. We've got codes for image-guided crossing and re-entry systems for coronary arteries, and computer-aided guidance for continuous needle tracking in the spinal canal. There's computer-aided detection for echocardiography abnormalities, and 3D intraprocedural navigation using fluoroscopic imaging. The common thread running through all of this? Computer-aided detection, percutaneous approaches, and continuous tracking. As a coder, you're going to need to be hyper-vigilant in checking those operative reports for these specific high-tech terms. Okay, Section 4. Clearing out the clutter. So all 38 of the deletions for FY 2027 occur specifically within retired new technology tables. Basically, we're clearing out old tech codes for cardiovascular bypass in Table X2K, GI monitoring in XD2, joint fusion in XRG, introductions and transfusions in XW0 and XW1, and physiological measurement in XXE. Grouping them like this is super helpful because it means you know exactly which sections of your software or your manual to mentally and literally purge. Finally, Section 5, Next Steps for Coders. Go ahead and mark your calendars right now because this timeline represents your exact window of application. These 79,256 codes, including all the new additions and those deletions we just talked about, are strictly for discharges occurring from October 1st, 2026 through September 30th, 2027. If you accidentally apply a deleted code after October 1st or try to use a new tech code before that date, you're going to be looking at a denied claim for sure.
So, how do you make sure you're totally prepared? Just follow these 3 straightforward steps to ensure you have every single detail. First, visit the official CMS website. Second, locate the 2027 ICD-10-PCS order file. It'll be a zip file. Third, download the order addenda. This part is absolutely crucial because it gives you the full list of both long and abbreviated titles for all the code additions, revisions, and deletions.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a quick thought. Look at how rapidly the code set is reflecting these massive advancements in healthcare. With fully half of our new codes this year dedicated to new, highly automated technologies, your role is clearly shifting. It's moving from just logging standard procedures to interpreting highly advanced computer-aided interventions. So as AI and computer-aided tech continue to dominate the new codes, how will your role as a medical coder evolve by the end of the decade? It's something to think about. Stay curious, stay precise, and we will see you next time.